tell you the reason why myself and Bob Harden, his widow, was here. And there was a lot of yellow jaundice because the guys weren't getting enough fresh vegetables. Our nose gunner had yellow jaundice in the hospital about 2 weeks. He was flying with anybody to try and make up to get under so we could finish together. And George is flight engineering gunner, had yellow jaundice. My pilot assistant operations officer, we flew with him this day when we briefed on this mission. They told you you would fly April the 9th, 10th, and 11th. The same deal. This was to help the American Army and English Army break through. The Germans were well set in the mountains, and they'd been in the mud all winter, and our troops couldn't move on, and we would just give them heck. There was a little doubt here about this mission. There's some people said they weren't trained for it. They trained the bombardiers and the bombardier navigators. They had stuff marked on the ground and stuff, and then you did not drop your bombs until you seen 3 or 4 smoke pots. And then you could drop your bombs. But this went on for 2 days. The third day they did it. When the troops did come in, they said the Germans just threw up their hands. It was shell shock and everything like this. But like George said, this was supposed to be a milk run. Later in the war, they was flying about everything that would fly. Normally we would put up 28 airplanes. It was put up 2 groups of 21, 42. You had what they call the first attack and the second attack. Black Dan was the leader of second attack. George Konovich was assistant operation officer leading on the right-hand side. If anything happened, we took over and brought the boys home. The picture was taken from the wing on the left wing. John Tomlinson was the pilot of it. It was White Queen. And like I said, milk run. I debriefed us. There was either 4, 88 flak guns on the ground. And got pictures. Showed them last night, some of the boys. In front of our airplane, it was flak in front of our plane with the explosion. Within 15 seconds, they moved over and just took this gal's gun. They were short on ammunition. Of course, the 15th Air Force got all the fuel. It had no fuel to go and stuff. But, took this. They just moved. And they did this quite often late in the war. They just showed you they could do it. That accuracy would do it. This probably happened not only to our group, but other groups that would take the lead out airplane somewhere in the last war. When we were there and stuff, it seemed like when we got through the first 7 missions, it was good until the last 7 missions. Just the way it happened and stuff like this. But there, and I knew it'd been on this mission. It took me 50 years to get the pictures put together to show you someone, but then I made copies of all of it, sent it to everybody that was living. That I knew there was 5 of us then and stuff. And got a letter back from the bombardier navigator, the Mickey man. We had 2 bombardiers on board. One was visual and using him when the weather was good, so he was standing in the. They like to watch the bomb drop when bombs away. He was standing looking straight down and wrote back a letter. He'd seen the airplane go underneath us, just like the picture showed and stuff like this. And then in the picture, I had another come. Mom sent me a picture from the newspaper 50 miles from home. It was Associated Press with Black Man going down. And she said, "I think you know something about this." When I showed her the picture, and I'll tell you the story later on, that she said I knew it all along and stuff. First 7 months. I was in combat 6 months and 8 days, and put in 37 missions. Our crew averaged from 35 to 39. Like I said, we were supposed to finish and stuff. I ended up with 5 major battle stars. It just happened to be in the right place at the right time. was over, this is changing the story now just a little bit. The war was over May the 8th. I was in my home in Nokomis, Illinois, June the 3rd. I said it would be an Eisenhower home. So, then one of the boys then just had it. Oh, the second oldest son had the first granddaughter from my mom and dad and stuff. And they'd been pinned down to war. They lived in Omaha. We were South Central Illinois. We went out and like one of George's sons said, here you are holding your niece less than 30 days after you fly in combat. We feel very fortunate. I tell you, we thank the good Lord every day.